people for like political purposes or whatever. Together, like illegally harvesting data and stuff. That's
like Russiagate, right?
Wasn't there just a recent like multidisciplinary study that showed Russian interference happened? Elections.
I agree.
It was in the news.
Ali, I'm reading what you put in the chat, and I agree that Alan's analogy is, laughable, and Alan should be ashamed of himself for. But the thing is, he did agree with what I said after he said he didn't agree with me. So I think I made my point about deferring taxes to the national debt.
I think fundamentally capitalism is a good thing in principle. I have nothing against it, actually. And also, of course, a lot of credit ought to be given to business, individual, and the corporation who risk money and time to develop the products and do what they do to make money. There's no question about it. That's great. That's fine. And so because of this economic system and the way our country works, we are the number one in terms of the wealth of the nation and the money that the American corporation, actually, I think I don't have the numbers right now. The American corporation own around 40% of the entire wealth of the globe, which is a fantastic kind of, number. And I may not be completely right about it, but maybe, anyway, 30 to 40% of that. And of course, if you look at our GDP, around $23 trillion per year, that's a fantastic representation of what capitalism can do, which produces, total value of goods and services around that type of number, which is fantastic. But here's the unordinary people. That's kind of one comment. And second is, which is not sustainable. Something will give. Something has to change. And number two is somehow the wealth of the nation, it does not translate to at some level to the kind of add up. And I would agree that the European nations, like if you compare Scandinavian countries, they're fairly small countries. They have benefited from the decade, I would say a century of American innovation and technological advances. So I think there's gotta be careful when we compare them. But then again, if you look at the present time, in many metrics, which we consider to be the well-being of a human being, we're just not on the chart in terms of comparing to the European countries. The second point that I wanted to make is the difference between China, and here's, by the way, I think what the problem is politically. In China, is a market economy. What it is the corporations and very rich people, and they have very little impact or say about the policies, the 5-year policies, and the plan in the Communist Party. The politicians, they do what they do, and the market forces, our individual money, have very little to say about the policies, of the country. They may provide input, but they're not actually going out there, lobbying and legislating things which are going to be beneficial to them. But the U.S. is completely different. It's a capitalism and corporations with money, individuals with money. Example, Elon Musk and $250 million in giving to the Republican Party. Again, my comments are value-free, are not related to the politics. It's just we will find a system that the corporations and the very rich people, they have a lot to say about the policies, the politics, who gets elected, what laws get passed, and so on and so forth. This is an intrusion of money into the governance of the country, and it's not a good thing.
Yeah, it resembles a skimming operation. So if you look at the candidate I'm running against, Darren LaHood, or any congressman or senator that has tens of millions of dollars in their campaign or political office account. So you on Open Secrets, you can do a cross comparison between lobbyist donors and HR acts, and the devil it's right there. So it's basically like a skimming operation. Every trillion, you get a million is the way it looks like to me. So is that what pushes things forward? And so I want to thank Hakima again yesterday for contributing. What was it, $80 to the campaign? Thanks again, Hakima. Welcome, Point, to the room. I've often been accused of being Point on this app, but I can assure you, I'm not a gay white guy. I'm a heterosexual male who doesn't have a fake profile with a black female. I once had a similar profile, but this one is not mine. Those got deleted. Welcome to the show, Point. Anything you want to tell the Jews committing the genocide?
Thank you so much. The
You
difference
heard
between
it. We couldn't be doing the same voice at the same time, everybody. So you're all a witness. I'm not Point. I'm not Point.
the difference between you and me is simple. You're low IQ, I'm high IQ, and I'm an intellect. So people can never confuse the two of us because you're a dummy and I'm not. I'm not.
John, would you write an official invitation for me to come to America?
Stupid ass.
Well, I'd be happy to write you an invitation anytime, Rick. You're more than welcome here. Just don't bring any terrorism with you. Thank you very little.
Of course not. Why should I do so?
Because you're a stupid ass. You're on Clubhouse, where the stupid asses congregate. Stupid ass. Where else could you go other than Clubhouse, you stupid ass? If you go outside, no one wants to hear you talk. So you come into Clubhouse to get audiences, because outside you could never get an audience, even with a megaphone. Because people would know you're low IQ and you're stupid.
No. I'm here to exercise my English. That's why I'm here.
All right, I'm calling the police. You're too stupid to have a conversation with. Hold on.
Because nobody in Italy speaks English, actually.
So the question is, how long have you been an idiot? Is this a new occurrence for you, or it's been years?
Stop projecting a point.
Just answer the question, stupid ass. Oh, and the other question is, at what age did you stop? At what age did you stop sleeping with your little sister?
At what age were you used? Point, I'm sorry.
God damn it, I can't get a straight answer out of you.
Who did this to you? Who did this to you?
At what age did you stop sleeping with your sister?
I don't have a sister.
I didn't say when did you start. I never asked start. I said when did you stop?
I don't have a sister.
All right, you know what? You're not going to give me straight answers, so I'm just going to move on to the next idiot. Okay? John, at what age did you stop sleeping with your little sister?
Hey, Point, don't bring in your disgusting vulgarity into this room or I'll put you in the goo where we put all the dirty rats and snakes who come in here and fuck around and find out, you sick little pervert. You disgusting little perverted man. Pretending to be a black woman here. You're a gay white man. You're a gay white man going around pretending you're a black woman. That's racist. And you're a disgusting pedophile pervert. Say anything else like that again, I'm going to put you in the goo. That's your last and final warning, Point. That's your last and final warning, you stupid ass. Stupid ass, stupid ass. Stupid ass, that's your last and final warning, dummy. You dummy, you stupid ass dummy.
These nuts, bitch. The goo and the stage are one and the same, full of idiots. Let's make a difference. Bitch ass motherfucker.
Or injection, maybe, I don't know. What's wrong,
Now,
man?
move me to the goo. Like, move me to the goo is a threat? You stupid ass. Stupid ass. Moving me to the goo is doing me a favor, bitch. So I don't have to have a conversation with your dumb ass.
Beautiful. Love it.
I hope that didn't hurt your feelings, you stupid ass.
Listen, Point, you're a gay white guy pretending to be a black woman. This is your trans fantasy dream come true, but you know who's the stupid ass, dumbass? That's you, dumbass, you stupid ass Point, you freak show coming on here using all your profanity and pederasty, you sick ass, stupid ass, you dumbass. Don't fuck around in here. Say anything else and I'm gonna put you in the goo, you dumbass.
I'm a model and a TV actress and you're jealous, you little bitch. You little bitch. Yeah, I'm on TV, you're not.
Yeah, you're on TV. Sure, you're on TV, and your fucking dreams are on TV. Sitting in your mom's basement, a gay white guy sitting here pretending to be a black woman. What a waste of fucking time. What a schmuck. Sitting there spreading out your Jew hate all day long, talking about the Jews, you stupid ass, you dumb ass, you dummy. What a dummy you are. What a weird. Yeah, you're on TV. Yeah, just like I'm on YouTube, I'm on TV. Yeah, I'm on TV because I'm on YouTube. Ha ha. La la la. Ha ha. Point's a weirdo. This is a gay white guy pretending to be a black woman, going around spreading Jew hate. Yeah, things are going great for you, Point. Congratulations. You're hitting all the nails on the head, you stupid ass. You stupid ass. You stupid ass, you dumbass. You stupid ass dumbass, wasting all your fucking time, you weirdo. I'm gonna report your profile for using blackface. How do you like that? Culturally appropriating blackface, Point, you fucking weirdo. You stupid ass, you dumbass.
I'm on TV, you're not. You're only on Clubhouse. Loser.
Yeah, sure you're on TV, you fucking liar. You stupid ass.
You're mad. I'm on TV, you're not.
Sure you are. Sure you are, Point, yeah.
Why are you a white man, Point? Why are you a white man, gay man? You're only on you're mad. You're a white gay man. This is a black woman. You don't spend any money to be here on TV, bitch.
Yeah.
You're delusions again, Point. You can't be on TV.
Woman who you've doxed and taken their photo. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're a real weirdo, Point. There's no one quite as weird as you, but I'm sure your agent just has you booked for so many television shows. Sure. I can't wait to hear you on TV. Sure thing, Point. Fucking loser. Fucking dumbass. Fucking schmuck. Dumbass. You fucking dumbass. You fucking dumbass. Yeah, this is what you do every day, Point, in the politically correct room. I don't know why people even tolerate you.
You're mad. I'm also in movies, too. You should go see a psychiatrist, Point.
Yeah, go see a psychiatrist. Point, you're in a lot of my YouTube videos. Have you ever seen yourself talking like a dumbass and politically correct on my YouTube channel? Fucking about 100 videos of you being a fucking dumbass. Fucking loser. Dummy! Yeah, you're on my YouTube channel. That's not TV, schmuck. And I'm gonna monetize you, so how do you feel about that?
I'm on TV, you're not.
Yeah, in your fucking dreams, weirdo. Hey,
Is that some sort of measure of success? Like saw criminals on TV.
Yeah, I'm on TV and you're not, yeah.
Yeah, you're on my YouTube channel in Amir's room or politically correct spreading racist hate speech, you sick fucking deranged psychopath, sociopathic weirdo going around. You're a gay white man living in your mom's basement pretending you're a black woman on here doing your trans voice. People accept you because nobody can be transphobic. Yeah, don't be transphobic, otherwise you're a racist and a bigot, and you're not a friend of Point, even though Point spreads terroristic death threats all over the app, you fucking loser, you fucking dummy.
Why are you
You
following
fucking
me, though?
dummy. I'm not following you, you fucking dummy. I'm here to roast you. You're on the roast show, you fucking dummy. You're in the muff. You're in the muff. You're in the muff.
You're following me. I'm not following
Yeah,
you.
you followed me in the muff. I'm the moderator here. Hit the leave quietly button. You're in the muff.
TV, you're not. That's why you're mad.
Yeah. You're in the muff right now, though. You're not on TV right now. You're just on YouTube.
Yeah, yesterday I was in the studio with Lauryn Hill. There comes the bass. There's the bass in the voice, guys.
Yeah, I just heard some bass. Wow. Was that because you were in the studio with Lauryn Hill?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get Lauren to speak to you. Hold on. She says she doesn't want to speak to any losers on a free app. Sorry.
Well, you'll have to go to Chatter where you can get monetized and get 50 hearts and roses sent to your bank account.
I'm on TV. You're not. That's the difference.
Yeah, you're on my YouTube channel, crashing out on politically correct and in Amir's room doing racist, terroristic death threats all the time, pretending to be a black woman when you're a gay guy sitting in your mom's basement. You're not on TV, Point. Sorry, you're not on Point. Fucking dumbass, fucking dumbass, fucking dumbass, fucking dumbass, stupid ass, moron, fucking dumbass.
You're so angry. Why?
Because I'm impersonating you. I'm doing what you do to people on this app, you fucking dumbass, fucking weirdo. You're a white gay guy living in your mom's basement, probably with a fucking wife on. Probably got a Miller High Life and a joint, and you're watching The Price is Right, sitting here talking to people in a room called Borrowing and Spending USA Austerity. Now, you fucking dumbass, fucking dumbass. I heard you for many fucking years now and fucking politically correct. You're such a fucking moron. You're so... I know you're on my YouTube channel right now, but that's not TV, you fucking dumbass.
Nobody even watches YouTube. That's for losers.
Yeah, well, people think I'm you, so I just want to prove to them that I'm not you. I'm John Kitover doing an impersonation of you, roasting you here on Clown House, you fucking dumbass.
Nobody cares about you.
I know you're projecting right now, but that's a you problem. Try to do something about that. Find some people to be friends with outside of Clown House hate speech rooms where you spread your stupidity and your mind viruses, you fucking dumbass.
Total projection. I was on TV last week too. Where were you? On Clubhouse?
Yeah, I was recording you and politically correct, spreading your stupid misinformation, disinformation, hate speech, homicidal ideation. You fucking dumbass.
So you're a stalker, is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a stalker.
Why were you in my back channels asking for nudes twice?
I don't know. You might have me confused with someone else. Maybe one of the terrorists that you communicate with here in Amir's room, or one of the dumbasses in fucking Patty's room, politically correct. Maybe it was one of those freak show dumbasses that you communicate with. It wasn't me at that point.
I'm on TV and you're mad. You're not.
Yeah, you can keep saying that if it makes you feel good.
I'm on TV.
That's fantastic. I'm so happy for you. You're also on my YouTube show right now. We're roasting
Yeah,
you.
YouTube is for losers. YouTube is for losers.
Yeah, YouTube's for losers. That's why you're on it. Say hi, everybody. We're talking to Point. He's a real
Hi,
loser.
you losers that don't go outside. Hi, stupid asses.
Stupid asses. Everybody wants to say something. They wrote, "You got this, Point. Don't give up. One of these days you're gonna become a black woman, and your dreams are gonna come true." Fucking stupid ass. Fucking dumbass. That's what people are putting in the YouTube chat. They're saying
Nobody uses YouTube.
they're saying you got this. They can't wait to see you on TV this weekend, Sunday night, prime time.
YouTube is for losers, yeah.
That's what they're saying about you on the YouTube. How does that make you feel?
You can't get on TV. That's why you're on YouTube. I'm on TV, though.
I know. One of these days we're gonna get on TV and be famous like you fucking stupid ass.
I doubt that strongly.
Well, not according to my agent. We just got contacted by trans-universal agents in Hollywood. They said they like my impersonation of you. They know somebody at Netflix is gonna give us a deal to impersonate you in a show called Point. It's about a gay white guy who goes around pretending to be a black woman on social audio apps, saying Jew hate, spreading anti-Semitism, and death speech. Yeah. It's going to be a big hit on Netflix. It's going to be called What's the Point?
Did you know the IDF was examining Netanyahu's prostate?
Oh, how many times have you examined a prostate?
I'm just saying, how's Netanyahu's prostate? Anybody check other than the IDF soldiers? They were probing Netanyahu. Probing.
Did you hear that at the end there, that laugh? Point, that was what a white guy sounds like when he laughs. After he talks about Netanyahu's prostate examination. I don't know, I'm pretty sure that Point probably has done quite a few of his own prostate examinations up and decided to leave the show. That was, what's the point, everybody? So Matt Cool, I saw you had the Darren LaHood response room last night. I was recording it. It was awesome. Thanks so much. Some of the videos got thousands of views of Adams completely annihilated with vodka and Pepe also obliterated. Just incredibly stupid, but here I am recording it. And turns out that it's actually really good videos because of the Darren LaHood PTRs. So thank you very much. Even if we're not going to win this campaign, because
I mean, just getting on the ballot, let alone even defeating him in the primary, it's very difficult. But having this content and people here role playing the Dare in the Hood town hall, like that could be as good as we can get it in terms of like causing disruptions. And it is causing disruption, but we do have to get the signatures. So during this little rant with our friend Point here, I put up a new Craigslist ad in Chicago to find more marketing, PR, and advertising or campaign managers. So we'll see who responds. And part of the interview process, I will make them come to Clown House and do an interview on a social audio chat app as part of the campaign, because people here will be paying for them to actually go get the signatures in Rock. Well, he texted me and he said that there was a lot of spam in the chat, and he says he says I could read you what he wrote. Best of luck on the sale. Oh. Let me see. Also, he is on Clubhouse now, so I'm not saying that he can't be a part of the campaign and he can't do the work, but Clubhouse is, in my opinion, where most of this communication should happen, because it's like having a work conference call, and I don't want to do it on my phone through text messaging. I'd rather just do it on a conference call here. So he wrote, looking at comments looks like spamming and waste of time. So that was his last sentence to me, waste of time. So I assume he's out. And I've worked with a lot of people that have worked on me on the committee person campaign, and it was a lot of wasted communication. A lot of people you work with force you into like wasted communication, but I feel like you can cut to the chase here on Clubhouse publicly faster than a lot of people want to let you get they want a Clubhouse in the private world, and it's like, no. Can we just talk on Clubhouse, because this is all public, and like all the private communication you want to share with me, I don't want to hear it. It's a waste of my time. Therefore, we'll force it into the public light. And also, people here can judge it, and if they think they're great. So I do have somebody that I know from the bar, the offline world, somebody who lives in Chicago, and she is a paralegal, and she's a number of signatures. The question is, we certify the signatures. That's the problem. We need to get confirmed registered voter signatures that can't be canceled in the challenge process. So we have till October 27th to do it. We've got plenty of time to do it on any upcoming weekend. So that's the plan. And if we can find people to do if we can find more money, I mean, somebody like Edward could possibly go and gather signatures in Peoria as well. But, again, I would want him to come on Clubhouse to even confirm, that he's actually going to do it, because you don't get paid until, you produce the sheets. That's part of the deal. It's not, you don't get prepaid. you get paid when you turn in the sheets. That's the one good thing about hiring people for these positions, is that if you can't show me the goods, like, we might pay you out, but we'll never talk to you again, So I've had a lot of people who get petition signatures, and they literally hand me back sheets with scribble. And I'm just like, must have been having a bad day. I must have been having a bad day, because you literally just gave me back scribble. And unfortunately, we still paid you, and none of these petitions can be used because you literally just scribbled on them or let people scribble on them. So thank you very little. And I'm not making that up. A lot of people have put their best effort forward, but some people are having a bad day. And I've worked with all kinds of people on the grind, trying to make it. I would say some homeless people, who are just getting there. But honestly, everybody I've ever worked with, I think it's always been like that refining thing for them that they're looking for to get their shit organized so they can get, full-time employment and get their life back on track. But hiring people off of Craigslist has produced a wide variety of people who are searching for meaning in life, I think, too. Not just people who have nothing and are on the grind trying to survive. But I've worked with a lot of young people in digital marketing, and after working with me, they always use that experience to launch their next career move. Usually with a big tech corp or something like that, or ad tech corp. So I've done a lot of good for people that have worked for me.
Hey, John, go ahead, please finish.
No, that was it. I'm just rambling here because I get the feeling not too many other people are talking about.
Okay, 2 points. I think I read an article. Not I think I know. I read an article about the collaboration between Wall Street Journal, I think, and another media, Associated Press. I'm not sure. Anyway, they were looking at the homelessness challenge concern in U.S. And of course, there are many contributors to why an individual or family become homeless. But the fundamental contributor to this was the lack of housing. And the reason I started thinking about this, you mentioned that you're good act to give people some job, but even a homeless individual with some kind of a reasonable or minimal skills to do something, even if they get a job, which is good, but it's not probably is necessary, but it's not sufficient to be able to get off the streets because the housing crisis it's for many reasons it's just horribly bad. I mean, currently in the U.S. So I guess that contributes substantially. I forgot the numbers. It was just stunning when I read the article because most of us, when we think about homelessness, when people think about mental illnesses, addiction, and lifestyle preference, laziness, and the rest of this stuff, which I'm not suggesting they're not contributing, but the homeless and the lack of housing was the fundamental big one. Second point is, have you read or seen Project 2029?
You mean 2025, or is there something new? 2029.
2029. There is a document in response to Project 2025. And now it's been published, which is, I presume, is a Democrats' response to the Project 2025. So the vision, this is kind of, it says we are building a plan of action for the future that is strong, kind, and focused on human flourishing. We are shifting the focus from outrage to action, working toward a future worth fighting for. Small incremental changes will not cut it. Our bold plan, within each of our 4 pillars, focus on fairness, integrity, and justice. So I'm not going to click on the plan, but we'll go to the pillars in here. So there are 5 pillars. Limited influence politics, next. Provide universal access to democracy, next. Make every vote truly count, next. End wars of conquest and occupation, and last, indigenous governance over their own communities. I read, so this governance was one of the, I read the sub-items on the governance. The pillars are one is governance, next one is economy, the other one is humanity, and the last one is justice. I had a very cursory look at this document, but I have not had a chance yet to see exactly what it's saying. Anyways, it's interesting for having a topic probably in the clubhouse and talking about this Project 2029.
Yeah, I don't know what the homeless population in America, how to address it. Like, if you were to force the issue, if the government was ever to take action, like say make like 3 primary central rehabilitation areas and get everybody off the streets in mass. I know it's illegal and anti-constitutional, but if there was like some type of fascist government that declared homelessness illegal and forced people into some type of wouldn't even call it rehab. I would just call it like forced internment. Like it would be some type of rehabilitation concentration camp. Sounds horrible, but it's just all hypothetical, and I know it sounds gaslighting, but I'm just saying. Like I wonder historically how other countries, in the 20s or 30s, like if and what they did with regards to homelessness or refugees or impoverishment encampments, things, especially during the Great Depression when homelessness probably skyrocketed. I wonder how they, other than setting up soup kitchens and homelessness encampments, I just wonder how they dealt with those issues.
All kinds of problems, the weather, the hunger, and lack of health. So if it could be, for example, transitional facility, they're going to house homeless people if they're willing to go to it. And I think most probably would go to it. I'm completely guessing, I have no idea. But imagine if you're hungry, you don't have any health care, if you are exposed to the weather condition, particularly if you're cold climate or very hot climates, if you have kids that they are at immediate danger of starvation and disease, I think they said, look, I'm willing to go to this transitional facility, temporary, to get my bearings, get some help in education and perhaps jobs. And so that would be something, it does not even have to be actually described the way you described it when you started to talk about this. I think that would be, notwithstanding legal issues, and I'm not quite sure if you can force people to do it under the laws that we have right now. The point that I'm making is most people would welcome something like that to get their bearings and to get some help and perhaps move on to something that they could be independent and self-sufficient in a member of society.
What up, Ann? What are you doing today?
Hey, I'm visiting Joe in Alabama.
Alabama?
Yeah, it's nice here.
Oh, it must be hot.
Super hot. Oh my gosh, like the heat is different here than it is where I live. I thought it was like hot for summer in Michigan, and no, here it's like thick, humid.
Sounds like you're in the muff.
You gotta say hi. Say hi to Edmund.
Oh, it's Edmund.
Yeah.
What up, Edmund? Hey, bro, I've always supported you. You know that.
You like to see it.
I always thought they were pussies when getting recorded.
You did. And he said, believe it or not, he thought Edmund was pretty smart.
Not just pretty, he is smart. I've always known you.
Look at that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel,
you never got me recorded talking shit about you. I know you only recorded me talking positive things. That's my genuine belief.
There you go. Look at that.
yeah. I mean, how much time do you think you've spent watching my YouTube, Ann? Like, be honest. Is it like 10 minutes or is it like 10 hours? Or 10 seconds?
Me watching.
No, me. I used to. When I used to care, like, back when I used to care about being recorded, everyone used to care about being recorded. Now that I don't give a shit, I say, like, there's nothing that I say that's, like, it's my genuine beliefs, you know?
I had the no replay policy.
No, stage. I think it was enough, right?
Yeah. Did you get it?
Yeah, I had another Clubhouse room streaming, and then I had it streamed to all these YouTubes. So there's a lot of, but see, that's nothing new. Like I've been filming him making statements like that for years. So,
Yeah, you're right.
but when he started attacking me, I was like, okay, well, now I'm just gonna like stir the pot with him, and put some pressure on him, and I think it has worked actually.
You think so?
I think so. Like, by putting up a wall or putting it back in his face, I think it like, it definitely impacts his brain.
Yeah. No, like the things that because I told me and Joe were talking about you last night, and I'm like, Edmund's a troll, and he said, no, I don't think he's a troll at all. And I'm like, why? And he would say it better than me. But I'm like, why don't you think that he's a troll? He said, no, everything that he says is genuine beliefs, and he just mocks people when, they're acting a certain way. Mocking them is like, trying to generally help them wake up. So.
Well, I think you can help people wake up by educating them, but just mocking them is not sufficient.
Yeah. But sometimes, like, people need that to, like, you know what I'm saying?
I know, but you can't wake somebody up just by mocking them. You have to provide more information.
Yeah. Dave, remember when you said last time when we said, you said, I said, I've been a troll, and you said, no, he's not a troll.
Well, it's not really a troll.
Right.
It's a comedian.
He's a comedian. But how did you know he was super smart?
I listen to people's logic. The way you tell us through someone's logic. When they give you an explanation, here's their logic. That's how you decide something.
And so you
But
knew.
wisdom and, study are different. People that are intelligent, wisdom, and then educated.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Yeah. And then I donated to your campaign. Did you see that?
He's got a donation link up?
Oh, he doesn't have it in this room.
Okay. I gotta get that donation.
Oh, is that it, Edmund? At the top? I don't know if he said it. It might be.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'll send it to you.
Yeah, that's the link above.
Hey, did you hear that John got me to donate $80 to him tonight? Did you hear about it?
No, hold on. I'm gonna send this. I gotta send this thing to Joe. Yeah, Edmund, I did donate to your campaign. Just so you're aware.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, Hakima gave $80 yesterday to kick Monica to the goo. Was it once or twice? But it was so hilarious.
It was twice. Oh, yeah. That was the best $80 I ever spent in my life.
That is funny.
Hey, you should have heard Monica, because the ride was like $35. She's going for 35 minutes. $5 more, you get to kick her yourself. Monica's like, don't let him touch me. Like she was straight acting like I was going to touch her. Don't let him touch me. But then I ended up kicking her anyway. And that just made it so much funny.
Oh my gosh.
She told Rod, I can't believe you let him touch me. I just came out like, I did not touch you, lady. What are you talking about?
That is funny. Edmund, I have to. No, John. I keep calling you Edmund. What do you prefer? Do you prefer John or Edmund?
It's on Clown House. It doesn't matter. John.
Okay.
How about Tiffany Sotheby's? Can we call you that?
Yeah, Tiffany Sotheby was my trans profile for like a week or two until it got deleted.
Yeah, so
Wait, you have a female running mate?
No, I went trans deep undercover in the muff for like 2 weeks with a fake profile named Tiffany Sotheby.
You know, I'm Tiffany Sotheby, and I'm complete. Guys, me bad like a motherfucker. Like this dude is crazy.
That's one of the most memorable.
I saw that you have that YouTube channel, but then that YouTube channel is like linked to your like Congress YouTube channel. Is that a joke?
No, I mean everything. It's all their 20,000 YouTube videos and 20,000 Instagram videos made over the past 5 years.
That's so, that's so crazy. And the only people that like I guess get mad are like people that don't want to be recorded because they said something that was bad.
Yeah, but
so like when I was like, why am I getting mad? The only time I got mad at you was when I got doxxed on there, but like
it was a long time ago. Nobody would even be able to find anything. That's the thing. Like there's so many videos that you can't find yourself probably, even if you wanted to.
Right.
People complain about being recorded on this app is one of the most fascinating complaints I've heard. Like you're on the audio app, Clubhouse is recording it. Like, what's the big deal? But you hit it on the head, and like people be saying stuff they don't want repeated. I mean, just don't say it. If you're that worried about it, just be who you is. Stand on what you want to stand on. But if you don't want to stand on that, then shut up.
Yeah, like people could get in a lot of trouble for the things that they say on here. They could. And all I know is that there's nothing I've said that like could potentially kick me in the ass later, or just good feeling.
You calling me a white supremacist? I'm not sure.
You are.
I might have to report you. You're a black nationalist, man. I'm a white supremacist. You joined the Black Panther Party.
Oh my gosh, I love the Black Panthers. They're heroes.
See, I knew it. I knew it.
They are. They're heroes.
That's a fact. They are heroes. They were heroes. It was illegal, but it wasn't. No one got paid for it.
Gosh, I want to hear that crash out that he had in the mosque the other day.
Yeah, I just don't want to listen to it again. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I can't. I wouldn't want to I want to spare my brain the waste of time re-listening to Brad screaming profanities. But something with this campaign that like I'd like to figure out how to do is how can we get signatures on petitions digitally? So if I sent somebody a DocuSign email or text message, they'd be able to sign, and then we would have that petition. So when you turn in the petitions, normally you want to fill up every single petition with as many signatures as possible. But even if we submit one petition with one signature because somebody signed digitally, it wouldn't make a difference, because I think we probably submit, I don't know, I doubt we submit a PDF. I'm sure it's got to be all printed, but getting signatures via DocuSign or even email, but having a list, and if we could do the DocuSign, that would be possible. One way to get the signatures digitally within a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's why I asked you the other day if you had a list of phone numbers or whatever, because I helped this congresswoman in my state, Lisa McLean. I was the one that I was one of the people that sent out text messages with that DocuSign link to help people so she could get enough signatures, and she ended up getting her spot and winning.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So that's why I asked you if you had that, because I may not be able to donate a bunch of money to your campaign. I donated $10 or whatever, but I'll donate my time.
Yeah. Yeah, we just need a list. If we can call and find a list. Roger said he knows a way to get the list, but people that I know here in Chicago, because we have to get the list for the district, not the Chicago list, but if there is a way to get the list, I just doubt or don't believe that we'll be able to get the list for free or be able to access it if we're running as a candidate. I don't know. The friend that I have who has done this before, he should be able to help, but he seems to always be all talk. So, proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, well then we can follow up with Roger to see how you can get that list. I mean, if you can get it for free, that's sweet. Because I know like the white pages, they just have like, I don't even think that's people's phones, is it?
Fucking white pages, yellow pages. Can you imagine going through there and just randomly calling people from the white pages?
Yeah.
Holy crap. I doubt that the white pages even work anymore. I bet you most people don't even have a home telephone number. Like, that's.
Yeah.
They're over 80.
Yeah.
Well, no, like my dad, he had a landline until, like, but he's, so boomers, essentially.
And that could be one way to actually
Oh,
generate.
yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
So did you figure out how many signatures you need?
It's like 600.
That's easy.
Yeah, that's very easy. Literally, like 20 to 30 a day until.
Yeah, I think he said we needed 1,000 just to get her on the ballot.
Yeah. You want to get 1,000 to be safe.
And then we did like knock doors and stuff to like a targeted. She gave a list though. She had like a targeted audience, so we weren't just like people that were like independents on the fence, people that vote Republican. Are you wanting to like get in touch with them
first? But we'll find out. I mean, how we're going to do this. I mean, when I ran last time, it was all manual. We did 800 signatures, manually over the course of 30 days. But if we could do a phone bank and digital signature with DocuSign.
I'd reach out to him. That's Richard Bears. You're familiar with him, right?
No.
He's got 235 million voter files on record and stuff. So.
What did you say the website? Big what?
BigDataPoll.com.
Oh wow.
That's pretty cool. You know who Richard Bears is? He's awesome.
I follow a lot of pollsters. Mostly him and Rasmussen.
What is it, Rasmussen?
Yeah, Rasmussen. He's heard of Rasmussen, but Big Data Poll.
Well, we're going to email him.
He doesn't have every district.
Okay. I'm emailing him.
Yeah, most of that stuff costs.
Big Data Poll. Let's follow him on X. Wow.
People's Pundit on X.
People's Pundit.
He's only got 98 posts on X, 30,000 followers.
He has a bigger one on People's Pundit.
People's Pundit is him too.
That's
That's his personal one. Yeah, look up People's Pundit.
I thought it was so funny one night. Marshall was like absolutely obliterated. And Moja's like, yeah, we're going to fly you out to Chicago. I'm going to meet you and we're going to knock on doors for John. He's like, well, if you're paying for everything, I'm willing to go. And then
Don't do anything for money.
and then the next day when I was in a John Kitover roast room, I was like, Marshall, you said you were going to fly out. He's like, well, actually, I'm looking at my schedule and the rest of the month I'm extremely busy, so I'm not going to be able to help you now. I was like, oh, thanks a lot, Marshall.
Hey, John, are you recording this and streaming it now?
Yeah, I'm live streaming myself in my office.
Okay, I'm gonna put some stuff in the chat that I don't want to out there on your body.
Wait, you said
I'm
people.
gonna read whatever it is. Whatever you put, I'm gonna read it out loud.
Wait, you said
I'm gonna
you
do
said
it later, so it's not associated with me.
you said people's pundit. What was the other X account? People's pundit.
Yeah, people's underscore fund.
People's underscore pundit.
Rich Bears.
Oh, I see it. Oh wow, he's got a lot of followers.
How many followers do you have?
315,000.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he'd probably be the cheapest. Now he's a little bit larger of an outfit, but I've never ran, but this type of stuff I was looking to do if I ran. Access.
Yeah.
Not too much. I ain't never gonna run. Yeah.
Well, the way I view it is, I'm killing two birds with one stone. Even if I don't lose, at least I have like possibly a YouTube business on my hands. Because I'll tell you, recording Clubhouse to me should be a business. You know, it's like being a paparazzi and recording people, you know, crash out at their worst moments, their dumbest moments. But I don't know, it just seems to me like, you know, filming unrecorded live stream or even live stream. I mean, it's just making films. So at this point, I have so many videos, and the YouTube accounts are accumulating enough followers that with more tweaking and better videos, I could have an actual, you know, creator / publishing business, even though it's very challenging.
So, take AI for the voice. AI.
Oh, shut up. Don't give that idea.
Create like a funny scenario with people's voice. He's got so many, he has so much data on voice.
Yeah, it does. Have I ever crashed out, John?
I don't think so.
I've never crashed out.
Not recently.
No, he's been recording since the beginning. I don't think I've ever crashed out on there, have I? No.
I mean, you've gotten roasted.
I've gotten roasted.
Yeah, you've gotten roasted.
I hear the phone call after.
Okay, we're going to dinner.
Okay, have a great night. Good chatting with you. Have a fun night.
All right, bye.
Okay, take care. Bye. What's good with you, William? What are you doing the rest of the night?
Same thing I always do, driving for Uber. I'm trying to find a few things, and there was something that happened last night that you should probably know about, but I don't want to take sides.
What is it in the chat?
No, I was trying to find you this link in my email that is designed to help people like you. That essentially is it's a guy. He's like a tech guy, and he's starting this company that essentially helps independent candidates. He gives you all the tools that the parties have, or kind of watered down versions of what the parties actually have. But he's built this entire network. I believe it's called the Good Party or something like that. But he's built this entire network that's designed for, you know, on the ground grassroots campaigning of independent candidates in the hopes of building more independent candidates. I was looking for that, but somebody, I guess you probably weren't in the room last night, but two people really got into it. One of them was frothing at the mouth, screaming, yelling, and then they both started engaging in it. And it wasn't Brad. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. There was a guy who was basically saying that you should be looking at the laws concerning people who donate and them having to disclose their actual real names. And I went after the guy saying, like, okay, yeah, but who's going to enforce it? But it was basically going around saying that if anyone donates to you as little as a penny, they have to provide their real name, or the state can come after you or the person donating.
Yeah, but that's very far down the line because we only have to file the FEC donor report when we hit $5,000. So if we don't even hit 5K, there's no reason for any kind of like, backsplash or. But somebody did donate from Canada the other day, so like that one we're gonna have to kick back. But so I think everybody who has donated is like an American and within compliance of donating. So
Yeah, I just thought you ought to be aware level of what Brad was doing or what you were just doing to point. It was just like it was insanity.
well, that's good. That makes for good TV.
Points on TV. Points on television. Stupid ass.
Yeah, I don't know the history of that one, but
You're just angry at me because I'm on television. Stupid ass.
I must have had porn movies. Yeah, a lot of weird people on the app. But yeah, check it out. I'll keep trying to look for that thing. I think it's called The Good Party.
Yeah.
You found it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And my understanding is that it's a bunch of tools, and I don't know that they necessarily charge for them. And I don't know what all is in there.
Let's see. Yeah, cool. Get the social media template for library for candidates. Yeah, this would be good because I need it for probably even the website. Maybe I wonder if they can do that.
If you reach out to them and tell them where you are, I actually found out about it because I applied for a job. They were looking for someone to be like their, I forgot what exactly it was, but it was like something making $100,000 a year in their media coordination or something like that. And so I applied for the job. And then I'm not even sure if they ever gave the job to somebody because they kept sending me stuff to like volunteer, and I know they're trying to get volunteers. But my understanding from some brief interactions with them is if they will give you support based on where you are and their feeling of whether you can succeed or not, and whether you're taking down an incumbent that they believe really ought to be brought down, just so they can brag that their independent candidate took down the incumbent. Right, so they'll put more resources behind you if they believe in you and your district and your circumstances, was the impression I got. So I would reach out to them and say, look, this is who I am, this is where I'm at, I've got this social media following already, I'm doing this thing on YouTube, I'm on Clubhouse, right? Like just give them that you're not just walking in off the street with, directly off the turnip truck, so to speak, if you're old enough to know that one. And I think they probably are likely to throw as much resources behind you as they can do, just so they can claim success.
Yeah, this is cool. This shows you how to use Canva to create all these templates, and they have like this PDF instruction thing. So I'll go ahead and redo some stuff. Most of my stuff is so spammy, but also if
I think there's a whole lot. I think there's a whole lot more that they do. It was started by a tech guy who made like millions in tech. And when I first looked at the whole thing, it looked like he was trying to create a third party, but he claims he's not, right? But he, when you look into his history, it is like he's kind of from overseas, got some ethnic questions about it maybe. But I couldn't dig up any dirt because like I was looking to go to work for these guys. So I did a pretty deep search. This was months ago, but I didn't find anything that made me feel embarrassed that if I was working for them, I was working for a foreign entity that would scare me, right? But I'm pretty sure they have a whole assortment of tools for people like you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm looking at it. I downloaded their PDF. All right, well, I'm going to leave this room, see what else I can listen to.
Yeah, you're going to end it, right?
Yeah, I can do that if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand myself.
A
concrete. It's not even controversial. They're describing, for instance, things like talents, things like measurements, things like distribution, and or how the Israelites did specific names to.
These are all just narratives. How does that make it scientific?
Because again, they're using a method of going about the natural world, as they like to say. I hate to use that word, natural, but going about the natural world to do something. But I don't think, and I'm confused why you would. I don't think science explains everything. It doesn't. So I never said
anything about that.
Yeah. So then why is this controversial?
What? So that's not what I'm talking about. That's controversial. What's controversial is that you are saying no to creation. You're saying yes to some parallel universe.
As a scientist.
And I don't know. Yes, bro.
And I see these three alternatives.
I don't listen.
Intelligent design, theistic evolution.
I don't know.
And then
hold on. You're moving past my points.
Ricky!
So I'm trying to figure out how intelligent design is different from creation, and how creation is different from science, and why what is described in the Bible couldn't be a scientific explanation of why these species came into existence. Why?
Okay. Of course, Carthy. When I say, for instance, the programmatic view, there is no way. The thing that I love about my framework, like intelligent design, although it's different, it's very similar in a sense.
What's the difference?
So I'm more detailed in terms of the mechanism that is used to create or output from inputs. See what I just did there? Input, output. So these things are mechanisms that are well defined in computer.
Can I have my dad's gardens back? Give you the money? My mom's surgery can't wait. I need the money.
Don't know. Close your mouth. Block off your senses. Blunt your sharpness. Untie your knots. Soften your glare. Settle your dust. This is the primal identity. Be like the Tao. It can't be approached or withdrawn from, benefited or harmed, honored or brought into disgrace. It gives itself up continually. That is why it endures. 57. If you want to be a great leader, you must learn to follow the Tao. Stop trying to control. Let go of fixed plans and concepts, and the world will govern itself. The more prohibitions you have, the less virtuous people will be. The more weapons you have, the less secure people will be. The more subsidies you have, the less self-reliant people will be. Therefore, the Master says, I let go of the law, and people become honest. I let go of economics, and people become prosperous. I religion, and people become serene. I let go of all desire for the common good, and the good becomes common as grass. 58. If a country is governed with tolerance, the people are comfortable and honest. If a country is governed with repression, the people are depressed and crafty. When the will to power is in charge, the higher the ideals, the lower the results. Try to make people happy, and you lay the groundwork for misery. Try to make people moral, and you lay the groundwork for vice. Thus the master is content to serve as an example and not to impose her will. She is pointed, but doesn't peer easy on the eyes. 59. Mark of a moderate man is freedom from his own ideas. Tolerant like the sky, all-pervading like sunlight, firm like a mountain. Let go, he can care for the people's welfare, as a mother cares for her child. 60. Governing a large country is like frying a small fish. You spoil it with too much poking. Center your country in the Tao, and evil will have no power. Not that it isn't there, but you'll be able to step out of its way. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself. 61. When a country obtains great power, it becomes like the sea. All streams run downward into it. The more powerful it grows, the greater the need for humility. Humility means trusting the Tao, thus never needing to be defensive. A great nation is like a great man. When he makes a mistake, he realizes it. Having realized it, he admits it. Having admitted it, he corrects it. He considers those who point out his faults as his most benevolent teachers. He thinks of his enemy as the shadow that he himself casts. If a nation is centered in the Tao, if it nourishes its own people and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to all nations in the world. 62. The Tao is the center of the universe, the good man's treasure, the bad man's refuge. Honors can be bought with fine words. Respect can be won with good deeds. But the Tao is beyond all value, and no one can achieve it. Close your mouth Block off your senses. Blunt your sharpness. Untie your knots. Soften your glare. Settle your dust. This is the primal identity. Be like the Tao. It can't be approached or withdrawn from, benefited or harmed, honored or brought into disgrace. It gives itself up continually. Follow the Tao. Stop trying to control. Let go of fixed plans and concepts, and the world will govern itself. The more prohibitions you have, the less virtuous people will be. The more weapons you have, the less secure people will be. The more subsidies you have, self-reliant people will be. Therefore, the Master says, I let go of the law, and people become honest. I let go of economics, and people become prosperous. I let go of religion, and people become serene. I let go of all desire for the common good, and the good becomes common as grass. 58. If a country is governed with tolerance, the people are comfortable and honest. If a country is governed with repression, the people are depressed and crafty. When the will to power is in charge, the higher the ideals, the lower the results. Try to make people happy, and you lay the groundwork for misery. Try to make people moral, and you lay the groundwork for vice. Thus the Master is content to serve as an example and not to impose her will. She is pointed, but doesn't pierce. Running a country well, there is nothing better than moderation. The mark of a moderate man is freedom from his own ideas. Tolerant like the sky, all-pervading like sunlight, firm like a mountain, supple like a tree in the wind. He has no destination in view, and makes use of anything life happens to bring his way. Nothing is impossible for him. Because he has let go, he can care for the people's welfare, as a mother cares for her child. "60. Governing a large country is like frying a small fish. You spoil it with too much poking. Center your country in the Tao, and evil will have no power. Not that it isn't there, but you'll be able to step out of its way. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself." 61. When a country obtains great power, it becomes like the sea. All streams run downward into it. The more powerful it grows, the greater the need for humility. Humility means trusting the Tao, thus never needing to be defensive. A great nation is like a great man. When he makes a mistake, he realizes it. Having realized it, he admits it. Having admitted it, he corrects it. He considers those who point out his faults as his most benevolent teachers. He thinks of his enemy as the shadow that he himself casts. If a nation is centered in the Tao, if it nourishes its own people and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to all nations in the world. 62. The Tao is the center of the universe, the good man's treasure, the bad man's refuge. Honors can be bought with fine words. Respect can be won with good deeds. But the Tao is beyond all value, and no one can achieve it. Thus, when a new leader is chosen, don't offer to help him with your wealth or your expertise. Offer instead to teach him about the Tao. Why did the ancient masters esteem the Tao? Because being one with the Tao, when you seek, you find. And when you make a mistake, you are forgiven. That is why everybody loves it. 63. Act without doing. Work without effort. Think of the small as large, and the few as many. Confront the difficult while it is still easy. Accomplish the great task by a series of small acts. The master never reaches for the great. Thus she achieves greatness. When she runs into a difficulty, she stops and gives herself to it. She doesn't cling to her own comfort. Thus, problems are no problem for her. 64. What is rooted is easy to nourish. What is recent is easy to correct. What is brittle is easy to break. What is small is easy to scatter. Prevent trouble before it arises. Put things in order before they exist. The giant pine tree grows from a tiny sprout. The journey of 1,000 miles starts from beneath your feet. Rushing into action, you fail. Trying to grasp things, you lose them. Forcing a project to completion, you ruin what was almost ripe. Therefore, the master takes action by letting things take their course. He remains as calm at the end as at the beginning. He has nothing, thus has nothing to lose. What he desires is non-desire. What he learns is to unlearn. He simply reminds people of who they have always been. He cares about nothing but the Tao. Thus, he can care for all things. 65. The ancient masters didn't try to educate the people, but kindly taught them to not know. When that they know the answers, people are difficult to guide. When they know that they don't know, people can find their own way. If you want to learn how to govern, avoid being clever or rich. The simplest pattern is the clearest. Content with an ordinary life, you can show all people the way back to their own true nature. '66. All streams flow to the sea because it is lower than they are. Humility gives it its power. If you want to govern the people, you must place yourself below them. If you want to lead the people, you must learn how to follow them. The master is above the people, and no one feels oppressed. She goes ahead of the people, and no one feels manipulated. The whole world is grateful to her because she competes with no one. No one can compete with her. 67. Some say that my teaching is nonsense. Others call it lofty, but impractical. But to those who have looked inside themselves, this nonsense makes perfect sense. And to those who put it into practice, this loftiness has roots that go deep. I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. Simple in actions and in thoughts, you return to the source of being. Patient with both friends and enemies.
She's treating
You are
mine, so I'm going to tell whomever all of her information. It like pivots to the next, to the next. This is why I don't trust this girl absolutely at all. But that's how much I do not like the whole dogs thing.
Well, I'll play some clips. So, this is from this room earlier. And so, I like largely stayed, just kind of avoided Jay, I've been cordial with him. But, here's some stuff he said, and I'll address it.
He's gonna haunt you, shall we? Let's really have the conversation. People like to complain about dogs and it's not cool, but then it looks at mine was dogs to me and dogs to many others. Right? And it makes no sense to me. People like Pepe, who doxes people, but all over the white America, y'all have doxed people in there. Singing Kumbaya with that piece of shit. Makes no fucking sense to me. I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody on the stage, everybody in this room.
Okay, is it a different level?
You're all susceptible to get doxed. And then you're gonna feel outrage. When it happens, you feel the fucking outrage.
I think it's funny. So I like re-released Jay's stuff, and then I've used Roger's picture. I've never like doxed anybody on this app. I don't see. The thing is though, is I don't give out my personal phone number or click up with people from on here. So I don't really have that information readily available. And it's just not my style. Like I'm not entertained by, and then of course you can get into the legal drama, and who needs that? It's not my style. But it's basically, it's a recurring theme. I remember when I got into it with him, I don't know, almost a couple years ago, he was saying, and I don't want to see any of you in Pepe's rooms. None of you go into Pepe's rooms. He's trying to tell people to stay out of my room. He fucking hates it when other people have rooms that are open. Like, he's one of those people that he has to be the person that's getting all the fucking attention. He's just like I wouldn't even say, I would say he's kind of a clout chaser, but it goes a lot deeper than that. I'll get into it. There's a lot, there's a lot of us that we don't really do it openly on here, but we laugh when he's fucking using room. Oh, hey, look at you. You're beautiful. Oh, hey, I just want to say shout out. Yes, you're the nicest person on here. Oh, you're the smartest person. Have you ever seen a level of superficial flattery like that? That is not a normal fucking person. Only a goddamn con man does that. All right? Like, I was going to be quiet. He says I'm mentally ill. I'm not mentally ill. He's a fucking retard. But he clearly has cluster B personality traits like narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder. When it comes to superficial charm, just look up how fucking common that is with both of those diagnoses. And often if you have one, you're going to have traits of the other. Those two disorders are pretty enmeshed. Now, you got to think this to yourself. Somebody who has that kind of a history as him, who's had it, then while on this app, it's the same shit. He gets caught lying. He ends up fucking with people. He plays people. He sucks your fucking dick so he can get a goddamn platform on your stage. Then he tries to muscle out the other people on the fucking stage. Does it sound familiar? How many houses has this happened in? When he mods a fucking room, what does he do? He goes, oh wait, hold on. He has to exhibit this control. I'm in charge here. I'm in charge here. Yeah, he wants everybody to know and everybody to respect. I'm in charge here. You're not in charge of shit. But if I had his life, once again, his name's public, and where he lives is, I won't even go there. But and then what do you hear him do? He always has to chime in and give his 2 fucking cents after every person goes. And it's just like, dude, like what? He just loves hearing himself talk, but he always makes self-aggrandizing statements, or he ends up saying something that is he thinks do some kind of reverence or celebration. That's his way of getting his narcissistic supply. Oh, he doesn't have any motive. He doesn't have any ideological bend like most of us do on here. He literally goes with the fucking flow. It's whatever will get him attention and recognition. And I've caught him making up so many lies, even about me. And you know what? If he does, there's no way to protect yourself from getting doxxed and completely protect yourself. If I get doxxed, I don't have a criminal record, motherfucker. I haven't lied about my age. I haven't lied about anything. I never said. Come on, Pepe. Don't lie to us. You've never been to jail. Come on. We don't believe that. Amazing. But I'm not somebody who's gone around making outrageous claims like some super successful guy, any of that shit. I don't. What's more pathetic?
It's fair. At least you're honest.
What's more pathetic than being like, let's say, a fucking loser and being figured out for being a loser
is being somebody who lied about being a loser. You're now more pathetic. You know, just food for thought.
Yeah, I don't understand why everyone feels the need to be like, I'm so successful. I did all this. Blah, like nobody cares, right? Like I think if people can smell the bullshit, but I think it's a sign of insecurity when people overinflate both what they do and how much money they make. Like I've never been someone to do that. I find it to be quite strange.
Of course it is, and you know I come on here to do stuff that is like, if anything, is going to, when it comes to future employment, it could affect me. Like I have like a weird, you know, some of the talks would be, I'm obviously like a troll, and I'm somebody who also does like, I do it like kind of in a comedic way, but
you need to take testosterone and go punch a punching bag, bro.
I literally boxed for years, you fucking bitch. Shut the fuck up.
That's not an effective way to handle anger. That's actually like not, you're teaching yourself behavioral patterns, which are kind of dangerous.
So, but I don't know. I'll just play some more clips because it's just like a bunch of stupid bullshit, and I'll address them. And we'll.
Why are you upset again? Like, what has you?
Oh no, it's a
Morgan, stay on mute.
I know.
Do not speak to Mother Superior like this. Stay on mute, please.
Oh
okay?
my God, I'm hoping you go.
Okay. Of course I will.
It's Mother Superior's time of the month. Just give a tampon. It'll be.
That was yesterday. Okay, I'm good today.
Oh, that's not what your ass said.
All right, so here, I'll play another clip. Let's see.
Wait, what?
Jesus Christ, Nicholas!
Bye.
Okay, here's another clip.
You know, Pepe just have a person so mentally unstable that if you disagree with him, he'll broadcast your entire family's name, his address, his social security numbers. He has no fucking shame.
I'm so mentally unstable that I will broadcast your family members' names, addresses, and social security numbers. Okay, I'll tell you what.
This is against JP?
Hold on, no, stop. I'm in the middle of something. Dude.
Oh, okay, I gotta go to the audience. I can't be involved in this conversation.
So I literally, I'll put $1,000 on it. Give any time where I ended up giving up somebody's social security number or address or family member. It's not happening. Find the fucking clip, and I'm leaving this on. I'm leaving this on replay. Okay, find one fucking clip, the years I've been here, where I did that. You're not going to find it. I did not do it. So once again, this pathological liar doing the same usual bullshit he does. He even, a couple of years ago he was doing this shit. And it's funny because it's like he has to sell this scenario like, oh yeah, Pepe, he was doxing Roger, he was giving out that. No, I didn't, motherfucker. I gave out his goddamn screenshot of a picture from YouTube, dipshit. But you have to feel like the hero. You have to feel like the good guy. I'll stand on my 10. I will protect anybody that I'm friends with on this app. Oh, take it easy, fucking tough guy. We've all seen your fat fucking ass. I mean, like speaking of another goddamn, ugly motherfucker. Like the hero, fat fuck. And who the fuck are you gonna, in real life, I would, literally, you wouldn't stand a fucking chance. And that's the funny thing, seeing this little flimsy, whiny bitch sit here talk about me. Motherfucker, you would not be able to do anything to me in real life. I can literally do what I want to you, and the only thing you could do is say, please stop. Motherfucker, how many fights have you actually fucking been in? I mean, it's fucking stupid. But it's easy to act like a tough guy online. And that's the other thing I don't do. I don't go around challenging people to fights. That's fucking pathetic. But you want to act like a fucking tough guy online. Be my guest. Fucking loser. But he's everybody's hero. So let's look more at this.
I got some clips of you from last night, Pepe, because I cross-streamed your room into Roger's room, and so we were all listening to your room last night. But I'll play those clips in a minute. Go ahead.
Amazing.
The one thing that he could do to piss me off is insult my intelligence. And people like fucking Pepe, bro, I'm telling you, you guys gonna fucking hang out with that dude.
the audience? I'm the best mod on the app. Best mod on the app? What kind of gay shit is that? Best mod? What the fuck? Do you know any of the people who had big rooms on this app that could actually do it on themselves? They didn't suck people off in order to get a fucking audience. Like me, motherfucker, I got this goddamn app. I was Clubhouse famous, bitch. All by my goddamn self. You stupid, goofy motherfucker. What have you done? You end up leeching off, you end up finding the Million Man Marathon. You end up weaseling your dumb narcissistic antisocial ass onto the Healthy Debates admin team. And you moderate. You don't produce content. You don't have an original thought of your fucking own, bro. But that, and I'm sure you're glad Roger's gone. Now you get Healthy Debates all to yourself. You get that narcissistic supply. You get to tell everybody how smart they are. Oh, my wonderful friend, I have to introduce her. Oh, you look lovely in your PTR. Dude, do you understand that you do that to everybody on your fucking stage, you fucking creep? The sad thing is that people with J's, you can look this up, narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder. He's always going to be a parasitic person. He's always going to be a person that charms and cons his way into whatever he wants.
Yeah, but
Who's going to seek excessive validation and praise and attention because that's how he's wired. And so,
but Pepe, how much?
Waste time on this sick fuck. All right, you're going down to the audience.
It's projection.
And speaking of mentally ill, John, look at you, dude. Like, here you are, a grown man in your fucking 40s. You're sitting around in your fucking underwear. You have, 50 goddamn cell phones all pointed around, streaming to different fucking platforms. Nobody fucking listens to you. You have zero goddamn audience. You sit there and respond to one of your accounts with all of your other accounts and vice versa. And you just say stupid fucking shit. You can't string along a fucking coherent opinion or belief or anything. You don't, you're barely even funny. Sometimes you have your moments. Like, what the fuck are you doing with this? In all reality, John, what the fuck are you doing? You just annoy everybody on here because you're constantly fucking streaming their rooms. Everybody on this app looks at you as a mentally ill, deranged fucking person. John, you're not fucking normal. This is fucking stupid. But I'm actually one of those people, John, that despite how much you told me I'm a dumbass, I'm a piece of shit, I don't read books, I don't do any of this shit. I'd never cuss you out. I don't, the most I usually do is put you in the audience. And you're getting played for a fucking fool by Roger. I'm guessing you're smart enough to know that, but you're willing to utilize the attention and the platform for whatever fucking reason. But dude, whatever the fuck you're doing, John, why?
Why me? Why you, Pepe?
It's like seriously retarded. But let me look at another fucking clip. More clips. Saying together. What is he saying here?
Point. If that was their decision, why? Because you're mentally unstable, little big man who, when you disagree with him, he has no shame in talking to you.
wannabe. You know, this piece of shit met somebody that was on this app. And he said, yeah, I got a little bit of a history to tell you about. You know, I had the largest prostitution ring in Manhattan. Oh, shit, gangster. This low-down, two-bit piece of shit got Craigslist ads, got a dumpy fucking hotel, had a fucking woman sleep with between 50 and 60 people over the course of 2 fucking days. Didn't give her fucking money, basically held her hostage. And he claimed, I mean, obviously he pled to the prostitution or whatever facilitating the charge. He fucking knows. He made her give him a blowjob as a test of her loyalty. I mean, it's just so funny. So, I mean, I could name the name. I don't have to do that here. But when were you the biggest pimp? I'm just curious. So when does the person who runs the biggest prostitution ring in Manhattan have to resort to scamming unwitting Craigslist women on Craigslist, unwitting basically people that get scammed? I mean, are you Heidi fucking Fleiss? Is that what it is? Are you Heidi Fleiss? Motherfucker, he got top-notch girls. You ran the biggest prostitution ring, you would have women working for you. You'd be paying them. You'd be protecting them. You couldn't even you failed at being a pimp. You fucking loser. You failed at being a pimp.
And I agree that Alan's analogy is laughable, and Alan should be ashamed of himself.
And you're a disgusting subhuman.
The thing is, he did agree with what I said. After he said he didn't agree with me, so I think I made my point about deferring taxes to the national debt.
Instagram. And I'm not getting his name out here.
Well,
you're a fat, sloppy fuck. You know that? Real fat, sloppy fuck.
And defeating China, seal borders, stop illegal immigration, ban Confucius Institutes and TikTok, and
you find out I'm French.
Confucius
Find out I'm French. Find out I don't have
does not compete with anyone.
And you find out I didn't lie about
and someone can compete with.
But you know what you do is you lie.
Source.
You lie to people. Admit it, you're a 2-bit chump. You don't even have the ability to be a pimp. That's how much of a lowlife you are. You had to scam these fucking women and basically hold them there for a couple of days and have them get ran through by a bunch of fucking men and kept the money. And your sorry ass, and I remember that heartfelt story you gave me, how, I'm not gonna lie, Pepe, when I was first in prison, I cried. I would cry too. Personally, if I was in prison, I would have taken a fucking towel from the top of my bunk, and like the worthless, no good piece of shit I would have been if I had did a crime like you. I'm just saying, I personally would not have the heart to continue to live. I would say my life is not worth preserving. I brought so much dishonor and shame upon myself, and I'm such a fucking failure in life to begin with. I'm just saying personally, I don't think anybody should commit suicide. But I mean, that's what I would have done if I had been in your situation, Jay. But I'm mentally unstable. What am I diagnosed with, motherfucker? You just make up these stupid fucking claims. I remember when August ended up making who does the preservation of the human race rooms, ended up doing he thought I was being too friendly with Jews. He put whatever those hats are that Orthodox Jews use and like the sideburns and shit. He's like, you see this? Pepe wore this right on the day after October 7th to make fun of the women that did it. Motherfucker, I said I'll pull August in to show, into the room to tell you that he did it. You made that shit up. It's like you make up everything else in your fucking life. You fucking rat piece of shit. I mean, in that small little dingy fucking place, I'm sure you're not getting any bitches there, are you, Jay? I saw your shitty little pizza shop before it got fucking closed down. In the pandemic, what do you do for a living now? I saw that you have now next level, what is it? Content creator. Jay, why did you do that? Are you gonna end up forcing more girls to quote unquote do a photo shoot, but then have them get plowed by a bunch of men? In fact, why don't you talk about that model mayhem profile that you created in 2016, where you were looking for women to quote unquote model, but it doesn't involve sex. The year you get out of prison, people like you don't change. And let me guess, those accusations were all lies. It's all lies. I have haters. Who hates you, you fat motherfucker? What have you accomplished in your fucking life? You're a fucking loser. No, there's not a father on this fucking planet who would want you near their fucking daughter. You piece of fucking shit. You know it. You're a fucking cockroach. And I would love, you can be touched. Try it. Dude, that would be a fucking gift to me. I live in a stand your ground state. You wouldn't only get humbled. I'll just say that. You think you're gonna do something to me, fucking loser. You aren't shit. You never have been shit. We can talk about your traumatic childhood, though. Ooh. But the gift keeps on giving, doesn't it, Jay? But hey, KK, I just want to welcome you up on my stage. You look gorgeous. Probably the smartest woman on the app. Hi, KK. You're like my best friend. But the gift keeps on.
He does gaslight every woman. Until you say something or write something in the chat he doesn't like. But yeah, he does do that. He's known for that. We all know that. He does it for guys.
Yeah. Of course he does. He's a kiss ass. And I'm sure when you were in prison, you were doing the same thing. You fucking degenerate. Tell me, you guys can tell me in the chat. You get this fucking loser. He's never done anything successful in his fucking life. He pled guilty to it. We know at the very least that what he did to those women was that he forced them to have sex and didn't pay them. And it was a whole bunch of women. A whole bunch of men, 50 to 60. Now, with that being said, he comes on this app and lies. Even about that. I was the biggest in Manhattan. You fucking faggot. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You're a goddamn con man. Picture con. Talk about projection, you stupid motherfucker. You still con people. Tell me, James, and self-aggrandize in between every other fucking speaker, like the narcissistic piece of shit you are. But, people you have to understand about Jay, personality disorders, especially cluster B personality disorders, those are lifelong. There's very little you can do about them. Borderline personality disorder, I guess you can kind of work with. But, and just look it up. Antisocial personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder. These are the type of people that end up going to prison for doing things like conning people. Having excessive superficial charm. That's what you're dealing with. He doesn't have a normal brain. The Soviets had a way to remedy people like him. They called them gulags. And there's some other shit too. But anyways, let's get some more clips. Let's hear what else this fucking fat ass had to say. So this is funny. So this guy says, I happen to live near Pepin and know who he is. And of course he says, I'm not going to do anything with that information. But listen to what Jay is saying to him. This shit is funny.
When you jump into a room and you weren't part of a conversation, I was looking at it from the standpoint I didn't hear. I wasn't involved with Penny last night, but I know Penny. I know where he is. I know who he is, and he ran the risk one time of something happening. I was able to find out. I lived very close to him. Not that I would ever take any extra do it, but you run the risk when you're behaving on an app that some people will ultimately do some research on you. And ultimately, you've got a responsibility whether you take any action or not. I'm not saying it's good that if someone's attacking one's family, JB. So I do withdraw. It was not the best.
See, I didn't attack anybody's family. Never have done it. But let's
Comment I made. I'm the first to own it, so I apologize about that. But my point being is that you don't really have any.
So, where's the other part?
When you jump into a room and you are very close to them, not that I would ever take any action. Some people will ultimately do some research on you, and ultimately you've got a responsibility whether you take any action or not. I'm not saying it's good. Withdraw. It was not the best comment I've made.
Not.
Here, so I don't really.
Sometime.
That was the only point I was trying to.
Think you're typing somebody.
Hi, I'm at your home.
Let me put you on to something.
You want? If anybody heard about your fucking record, they would say, do not go near that motherfucker. You see, people don't just have a lapse, a slip up. Oopsie daisy. I went out of my way to do a Craigslist ad. Then I found myself at a dumpy hotel. Then I blocked this bitch in a hotel room. Then I had 50 guys full of fucking trains on that bitch and kept all the goddamn money. Oopsie, I made a mistake. No, it's because you're a sick sociopath. You're a sick fuck. Normal people would never, ever do that. Normal people don't make those mistakes. Normal people might come home and see their wife is cheating and get mad and end up shooting her or something. I guess that could happen. The crime of passion. But what you did was premeditated. What you did, you only a super sick fuck would do it. And that's why you sat there in prison rotting away like the piece of shit you fucking are. You're not even, to call you just like a loser is like, it's that's just too good. Like because a loser is somebody who, or a bum is somebody who just doesn't really contribute much. Where on the other hand, you're somebody who's a toxic to everybody you're around. You're always just trying to use people for something. So I'm like, hey, you know we're close friends on here. Can I give you a call? How many close friends can you have, you dumb fuck? You know, there's like one person on here I can call like a close friend. You can't, I mean, who uses this fucking language? You fucking slimy snake. Like you are truly just a despicable piece of shit. But let's go ahead and tell everybody how you ran the biggest prostitution ring. Fucking fake ass gangster, you're a piece of shit. You know, we can start. I won't even go there. But I understand you're hurt. If I had a childhood like yours, I'd be hurt too. Let's see what else. Do.
Kelly, Roger, and SGG. There's a couple more. These are my friends. Royal, if you come after them, you dox them, I promise you, you're going to see a side of me you do not like.
What is that side of you, Jay? What is that side of you, tough guy? I think this is so funny. Like, this motherfucker couldn't do anything. Like, he would not, like, I fought for fucking decades, bitch. What the fuck are you gonna do? Like, you're so goddamn goofy. I literally know people that were world fucking champions and that you know, one of them won a gold medal in the Olympics for a foreign country. They don't talk like you. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? You're a fucking nobody. You don't have any fighting experience. I mean, look at your goddamn build. What the fuck are you gonna do? Tough guy? I mean, if you knew I lived next door to you, you would have never get that fucking tone with me. I promise you that. I mean, watch your fucking mouth. I don't think anybody on here is like fooled. Like, you are a fucking pussy. I mean, quit the fucking tough guy act. Side of me you've never seen before. What are you gonna do? You're not a gangster. You're somebody who took advantage of women and forced them to have sex with men without money. And of course, there are other accusations, but she didn't plead to that one. I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do? I mean, you're fucking pathetic, bro. Another side of me. Come to Arizona, you stupid fuck. I mean, the fuck are you gonna do? Dox me? Oh my god! If you dox me, there's no dirt on me. You stupid fuck. You know, and that's the thing, is that maybe you think that, like, oh, well, maybe he has some skeletons in his closet like me. No, chump, we're not built the fucking same. I don't have that bone in my body to take advantage of women like that. I don't even have it in my body to scam people. You do. But if you always have an excuse. That's the funny part. Is when you had all these accusations on Clubhouse. Oh, no, these were just mentally ill or deranged people. Well, why were you going into mental health rooms you're flirting with these bitches? Why did you do that?
Wait, what?
But that's how Jay met a lot of these women.
Oh, no. That's, like, trying to control women? Like,
well, I don't know. Befriend him. Who knows? He's a creep.
I didn't know that. Sorry to...
I mean, people like him, they're born that way. They can't help it. There's no changing them. You guys can look it up. What is the treatment for antisocial personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder? There is no fucking treatment. You can try to deal with the symptoms, but they're highly resistant to not only actually wanting treatment, because it's not, these aren't disorders that cause any kind of dysphoria. So, and of course, your brain is literally wired differently from normal people's. So they behave that way. And, you know, in a way you can feel sad for him, but I mean, you know, there's some.
I believe in an eye for an eye for an eye. You fuck with my people, I'm coming. And even if it has nothing to do with me, I'm coming for you. Because to me, see, I'm old school. Loyalty's not a word for life.
Loyalty, motherfucker. Like, look at him acting like he's like he was at like fucking mob to prey on you know, disillusioned fucking women that you conned from Craigslist ads. You fucking parasitic piece of shit. I mean, really, how does a motherfucker like this even live with himself? Like, I would not be able to fucking live with myself. Every time I look in the mirror and I tried to have some self-confidence, I would say I am that utterly selfish, horrible piece of shit that put that woman through, that woman through what I did. How do you do it? I don't know. I mean, it's just the fact, but what killed me is the fact that not only I did it, but that's inside me. Now, he's going to say I'm mentally unstable on this and that. Who's the motherfucker who's come out on this app and ever said, Pepe's been in my back channel. Pepe's asking for pics. Pepe showed me a picture of his dick. When has that ever happened? You guys know if it would have happened, they would have made content out of it. Never happened. Never happened. Who have I stalked on this app? Nobody. It's never happened. This piece of shit is a whole nother fucking story. Women on this fucking app have accused him of it. But that's because he can't change. He's a fucking loser. But I'm mentally unstable. Look, buddy, I'm not the one saying I'll make it happen in real life. I don't do that shit. And by the way, that's an easy way to catch a felony, you fucking retard. You're probably not smart enough to have learned that lesson after you already got your dumb ass sent to prison the first time, huh? But I actually know people even. So, another reason I don't go threatening people online. And plus, you know, I'm in my fucking 40s. I think he might be late 40s, early 50s. Do I want to go, like, show up in court in my fucking 40s in front of a judge? So I see you were saying you were going to go kick somebody's ass online. Okay, making interstate threats, so your bail is going to be set at $20,000. And I have to explain why I was doing this in my fucking 40s. You goddamn loser. But a piece of shit like you with no self-respect, or let alone self-control, you're a slave to your fucking disease-ridden brain. You can't help yourself. That's why you did what you did the first time and had to go to prison. That's why your slimy, opportunistic piece of shit ass ended up fucking taking advantage of those women the way you did. Because you're a predator. A pure fucking predator. There's some people that are a little clueless and didn't catch on. There were people from the dark side. Remember when you used to come and dick suck on my fucking stage? Oh, hi, Pepe. Hi, wow, I really like your rooms, Pepe. You know, there's some people that manage content creators on here back when they were getting paid. Said, stay away from them. Stay away from them. I was like, well, he's nice to me. You know, I've heard the reputation. You know when I turned on you? Is when I remember you ended up weaseling your way onto the not Million Marathon, Healthy Debates room. All of a sudden, you got this platform. And you had an audience, you know, for the first time since I had known you. Then I see like how you did. I could tell that like, wow, this is all just about him having a sense of power and control. He constantly has to exert his dominance on stage, which is really weird. Generally, a man that's secure is not going to feel the need to like display his dominance, you know, on something like a goddamn voice audio app. But then it was just this self-aggrandizing, claptrap statements that you kept on fucking making in between everybody else. And I remember there's this guy, and he ended up pausing. Jay ended up pausing for like, I don't know, good 2 or 3 seconds, and this guy, he started speaking. He's like, hey, am I done speaking here? And then this guy seemed like he's a little timid, and I said, yeah, you sounded like it. He said, what, you gonna check me on my stage, Pepe? I said, yeah. He's like, where's your stage, Pepe? Where's White America? He's basically like trying to rub it in my face, and this is the first time I ever got into it with him. Like, rub it in my face that somehow he's a big shot now because he got a mod on Healthy Debates. And then I was like, oh, okay. And at that time, it was right after October 7th. He was grifting off of the fucking Jewish clubhouse. He was saying, and explain to the Jewish community this, Jay. You said you were friends with Shlomi or Shlomo. I personally don't know him. And Jake. Now, Jake used to come into my rooms. I wouldn't call him a friend. In fact, I don't even really remember him. People were saying that, no, he was in your rooms. All right, I'll take your word for it. Okay, so you did not know them. But at the time, you were telling people they were your friends. What kind of sick, opportunistic piece of shit. And for you guys who don't know, Jake and Shlomo, they on October 7th, they were both working security at the Nova Music Festival. Jake ended up losing his life. He got killed by the terrorists that day. Shlomo, he ended up he's back on the app from what I've seen him, but he was held hostage for months and months, and he was rescued in Gaza. So this was like, this is before he got rescued. They didn't know if he was dead or alive. Now, can you imagine, like lying and saying you were friends with these two people and you didn't even fucking know them? Like, that is so sick. And this guy he has no fucking shame, which is cool for sociopaths. Shame and guilt are two emotions that is seldomly ever experienced by them. But I mean, this just shows you his fucking character. But a lot of you people are stupid enough. You guys will see that he's up here and what he has to say, yada yada. He does it to all of you. Then he's going to end up giving his quote unquote righteous take. I think, I think we need to stand up against these people, and I'll tell you what. If there's ever anybody that you need to call, you call me. I'll be right there. I will be to your rescue. Like, he does that kind of shit. He's just trying to get validation, basically, that he's like, oh yes, he's a honorable, heroic guy. But he's not. He's fucking pathetic. So, food for thought. But yeah, this guy is sick. And his main thing that he would do, even 2 years ago and today, don't go in Pepe's rooms. Don't go in Pepe's rooms. First, he would threaten them, and saying, well, so with the Jewish side of Clubhouse, he'd say, and you know what, if I see you in Pepe's rooms, you don't even bother coming back in here. So he did it through, use of threats. Then, now it's just like, oh, he's going to dox you. Motherfuckers, show receipts. $1,000. Show receipts where I end up doxing somebody's address, phone number, relative, or giving somebody's real fucking name. You can't do it, chump. But I see that you were chomping at the bit when you saw that guy said he knew who I was because I lived nearby. Hey, take your back in. I'm going to call you right after this. Fucking piece of shit. And he talks about loyalty. Loyalty? What you lie to people, motherfucker. Part of being loyal is not lying. You stupid fuck. You're a liar. You lie to people. How are you a loyal or upstanding person when you went to prison for what the fuck you did, you piece of fucking shit? You're a goddamn lowlife. That is why that news article made national headlines. Because it was shocking. Because of how horrible it was. Only a depraved, disgusting, sociopathic individual like your fucking self would even, like, who does that? And then you have the nerve to say, oh, well, I own my past. I stand on 10. No, you don't, you stupid motherfucker, because you tried to lie about it so many times. And the fact that you even hold your chin up high after you did that is fucking weird. Go tuck your tail and chain, you fucking little bitch. You know your life is fucking over after that. There's not a goddamn woman you can marry where their fucking family is gonna, and of course no mentally sane woman would marry you. Nobody would attend the fucking wedding. And the other thing is your behavior. It hasn't stopped. The superficial charm, the fucking lying, the being a goddamn snake and using people, justifying your stupid shit you've done in the past, gaslighting people about it, fabricating what you actually did. You can't change, and I understand it's a lifelong illness. You're a piece of shit. Nobody's gonna like you. You're never gonna have lasting friends. People with your disorder never have lasting friends. You know you've never had stability in your fucking life. That's part of the course. Part of the course with your fucking with your mental illness. You want to call me mentally unstable? You stupid fat fuck. We all know what kind of monster you are, you piece of shit. You're pathetic. Fucking pathetic. And you actually have the nerve to come on here like you're some kind of good guy. Oh, yeah, change. Oh, no, you haven't, motherfucker. Tell me this. Why did you create a model mayhem profile the year after or the year that you did get out of prison? Saying, oh, I'm looking for models for sex work. Why did you do that? Why did you go back to your old ways, Jay? Why'd you do it? You can't help yourself, can you? Why did women on here accuse you of fucking harassing them? Of trying to blackmail them? Of you, and you know, why did you send the nude material to the other mods of Million Marathon, Jay? Why'd you do it? What makes you think that is normal? Just once again, to show that we're not the same, where's the accusers for me? Why, we know that I would have been dragged to death if somebody would have came out. If there was a picture of my penis, everybody would have seen it. They would have been calling me like, oh, look at that little pink wiener. Fuck that white boy. You know, dude, Black Clubhouse would have a field day with it. Everybody would have a field day with it. And then the creepy text, if I sent some creepy text to some woman, dude, you know they would fucking drag me. But you do it. What about masculinity mindset, Jay? Why is it that you had a Clubhouse user that ended up having a business idea and you literally verbatim stole his idea and created a website? Why? And you're going to be a masculinity coach. Look at the fucking dump you live in. Look at that fucking dump you live in. I mean, I'm guessing you're on government assistance or you have some family help, but I mean, obviously not a lot of help because you live in a fucking dump. Masculinity? What the fuck is masculine about you, motherfucker? Do you protect? No. You're a predator. Do you provide? No, you can't even provide for your fucking self, you piece of shit. What's masculine about you? Nothing. You're like a little bitch online. You seek attention and validation for your narcissistic supply. This is all you have. You know this too, Jay. You're nobody. Who the fuck? And you know this. How does that conversation go, Jay, when you know women are going to learn of your past? Of course, they'll end up seeing that you play games and that you're going to get caught in your lies, and you know, it generally, like people with your disorder, it generally isn't going to work out anyways. But how does it go, Jay? How do those conversations go? How do those conversations go when you have to explain, when you have to read those news articles and you have to explain why you did it? How do you spin that, Jay? What's your excuse? Because you know you have an excuse. What's your excuse? You don't have an excuse. The reality is this. Normal men, real men, men that are masculine, don't do shit like that. They don't. It's like they're just not wired that way. See, they don't slip up to fuck up and do shit like that because they don't even have the impulse to do that. They're not born like predators. But you know who are real men, Jay? The cops that slap those fucking cuffs on your fat, sorry ass, put in the goddamn paddy wagon, and let you rot for several fucking years in the slammer. The judge that slammed the goddamn gavel on and said, you're a fucking threat and a menace to society. You disgust me. You're going to the fucking big house. The guards that slammed the fucking iron gates door on you every fucking night to make sure that the rest of society was safe from a fucking predator like you. Those are men, Jay. They can hold a normal fucking job. They protect society. They're protectors. People call those cops that slap cuffs on you. Women called them. Help! I need help. Guess who comes? A man. A masculine man. He provides and protects. What do? You're the person they have to call and get a man to either put you down or lock up. You fucking cockroach. But I'd love to hear how you spin this. Are you going to say, no, nobody goes into Pepe's rooms anymore. Nobody. You can't go in there. He's going to dox you. Once again, if there's anybody here, $1,000. If you have a clip of me doxing somebody, giving their name, address, and I'm not talking about me passing along the news article about, Jay. I'm talking about, like, doxing people, giving their phone number, social security, place of work, any of that shit. Show it. See, motherfuckers don't have it. But Jay wants you to believe, I'm the sicko. I'm the what did he call me? Mentally unstable guy you have to look out for. Really? This pathological lying piece of shit who can't help himself? He's normal? The guy who just started up a new fucking LLC? It has to do with content creation. God, it sounds awfully similar. But I don't know. I mean, the question does stand, Jay. Why did you rip off that idea of the other guy? Why did you lie and say you were the biggest pimp in Manhattan when you met him? You know, the brown guy that I'll just say Hispanic guy that served in the military and intelligence. Why did you tell him that, Jay? Why did you lie about what you did? You're not some fucking criminal mastermind. You can't even manage your own fucking life. You fucking loser. That's why you're living in that little fucking shithole trying to get your narcissistic supply. Is it the only time you feel normal is when you're getting to moderate a room and you get to feel like you're being heard. You get to feel like you're in control. You suck, dude. Like, you're a fucking failure at life. I mean, ladies, just think about that. Every time you go on his stage and he says, well, you're looking really good in your PTR. Oh, wow, honey, you look great. Think about who's telling you to prove your loyalty to giving me a blowjob. Oh, don't worry, honey. I know, it's been a day. You've been like 25 guys so far, but you're doing great, honey. Keep on at it. That's the guy that you want to... That's the guy that's mentally stable. How do you not get the creepy crawlies just every time this motherfucker talks to you? And I'm straight up being honest. Like, if I was his age, living where he lived, and, fuck going to prison, the fact that I knew I had it in me to do what he did, and that I did it. Bro, my life, I'm not living my life. I'm checking out. I would literally have the impulse. I'm just saying, I'm not saying how he should feel. I'm just telling you how I would feel if I was him, or if I had done something like that. Every time I had to look at my fucking face in the mirror and say, what are you going to be proud of today, bitch? What the fuck do you have to be proud of? You're a goddamn sociopath. You can't fucking change. You're parasitic. You're predatory. You know, you still try to fucking scam women, get naked photos of them. And after you did that, what you did to those women in New York, and that's not a little fuck up. You really go out of your way to do that. What is there to be proud of? What is there to move on from? Like, how do I look in the mirror and have even hope? I would be so disgusted. And you have to understand, sociopaths and, you know, he obviously has a lot of narcissistic traits. They don't feel, you know, the disgust, the shame, the guilt that normal people feel, they don't feel it. Sorry, I got a phone call. But, yeah, I just, like, and I'll ask the guys in here, they can even answer that. Like, how, if knowing that's who you are, and that's like what's going to follow you the rest of your life, how would you ever wake up in the morning and be able to, like, I guess it's just, I wouldn't have the ability to forgive myself. I guess that's more or less, and just, it's just like, how do you look at something and say, hey, champ, you know, you have it rough today, but you can do better, bro. Just try hard today, man. Just keep your head up. I would not be able to do that. I would just say, like, you're a disgusting fucking monster. And, like, that is, like, I just know how, I'm that type of person. Like, I don't like hurting people. No, I could tell that he's, you know, obviously not well on the head. He's clearly a fucking pathological liar, a predator. He uses people. He's a fucking snake. Now, I find him irritating, but, you know, I for the most part, I kind of just bit my tongue. But, you know, to see this guy come online today and then he's just like trying to act like he's some kind of fucking savior. He's going to protect his friends. He's going to somehow, and of course he's lying, saying that I was doxing, you know, his family, his address, his social security. I didn't do any of that. I used a fucking screenshot from YouTube, and I deliberately, you know, blacked out over his name. Like, he's just so full of shit. But I don't know, guys. I mean, this is who you guys want to, some of you might want to listen to. But, you know, I would just say, just think about everything. I told you guys. I mean, this guy's a sick fuck. I mean, he's a real, truly... I mean, let me ask anybody that did anything like what he did, who has and then continually fucking just lies, and he's a snake. I mean, like, he's always trying to weasel his way into other people's large platforms. That's all he does, and he always loses his welcome. And, you know, I always looked at Jay as he's a self-correcting problem. People like him don't change. They're not capable of it. So he ends up wearing out his welcome everywhere he's at. And, you know, eventually he'll just have to go elsewhere because he'll embarrass himself enough. You know, and he basically, and that's another reason. I mean, he can't, what is a fucking miracle, and I have to give him credit for this. How does that motherfucker keep on, like, trucking along, dude? Like, how do you expose yourself and embarrass yourself so much and still like manage to, I don't know, think that you can still get your way in with people. Like it is so, or that you can somehow still be respected or show your fucking face anymore. You know, that's beyond me. And I'll give him credit. He has a lot of perseverance. But the reality is, though, that's right. He's a fucking sociopath. They have no shame. You know, it's part of their fucking illness. People don't change. You think that when, you know, speaking of self-correcting problems, he knew how to do what was necessary. You think when Jeffrey Epstein ended up, you know, taking the right way out and hanging his worthless fucking body in a prison cell, you know, I guess at least he knew when to call it quits. It's a shame. But yeah, you know, let's see if there's any other clips. There might have been some, but you know, I'm actually getting bored of talking about this asshole. But I think it's funny. I mean, so I can just like just roll all of this shit off my tongue because you know, just observing this shit for so long, it's just like he just gives you the goddamn ammo to use on him. I mean, this guy thinks he's a content creator too. That's funny. Who's gonna listen to him? First, content and have like conversations about, you know, that are really politically incorrect and a lot of derogatory language. There's not really, you can't really monetize that. Like, what advertiser is going to touch that? None. And it's just like with this dipshit, he has no fucking future in social media or content creation. What is this fucking dummy doing? Is he actually a content creator, or is it more nefarious? You know, what he would do, how he lured these women in the past.
I'm sorry. That caught my ear. What do you mean nefarious? Like, what do you think he's... I'm sorry, what do you mean by... What is he doing something more nefarious? That kind of...
Well, when it came to you know, he used to have these like, okay, for example, when he did the Craigslist scam, he said he was a talent agency, and so he always used that as like his like little vessel to lure women in. But Howard, I want to talk to you for a second, if you could. I don't have any like thing bad to say to you. I'm not mad at you or anything. I saw you in the room earlier, and I was just gonna say, wait, what happened to him? Did I accidentally kick him out? God damn it. Oh wait, no, Howard's here. Oh yeah, so that room earlier with Jay. So